Okay, so we're gonna. It's this is starting out with just this idea of like a brief signature, which is it's really just like the qualities of your grief, like how your grief is defined. You respond to grief. So, what does your grief actually feel like? So, are you someone who gets really emotional? Do you get numb and detached? Do you withdraw? Do you seek constant company?
Um, I think it's a combination of it. For it depends on the grief, but like actual like in terms of having like stressors or anything like that, but actual just grief.
Mhm.
I feel like I withdraw and get emotional.
Okay, gotcha. Do you have any, or like, what are your coping mechanisms? So, do you like overwork, overeat? Do you just go into like a depressive kind of funk?
I don't have like I feel like a lot of coping mechanisms for it. Just it is pretty much just for the time that I'm going through grief. It is kind of like I describe it like how a cat what cats do when they're sick. I'm going to like if
Throw up?
I'm going through something, you're going to find me under the bed, just kind of like avoiding everything and that kind of thing.
Okay,
So not no real coping mechanisms.
okay. And so, who or like whether this be a family member or a friend or even like a fictional character, where do you think you got your ideas for like how to grieve? Like, where do you think that comes from?
Oh, like how to grieve?
Mhm.
Um, it's hard to say. I for a lot of things, I kind of just figured out stuff on my own.
Okay.
I didn't really have a lot of people show me like growing up any kind of figures,
Mhm.
parental or otherwise, show me how they deal with grief because they didn't show me it.
Yeah.
So everything is just kind of how how I do it is just how I've learned to deal with it.
Okay. Yeah. Uh, and so, how do you think your uh, way of grieving aligns with or defies, specifically asks how it compares to like popular models of the five stages kind of thing? Like, do you have like how do you think? Let's say if someone else was looking at your way of grieving, like how do you think that they would think that it compares to the quote unquote normal of doing it?
Um, I do think there is a little bit of like when 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 grieving,
Mhm.
there's I haven't really had anyone specifically not just have the like give me the phrase, well, I don't know what to do for you, that kind of thing.
Mhm.
Um, because I am way more like visibly upset, but way more shut off. I'm not closed off emotionally, but I am just in a corner in a depressive episode.
Yeah.
So I feel like the more like uh general thing is just be if you're very emotional, you seek solace in somebody,
Mhm.
whereas I run from it. So I have like I feel like pretty general combination, like two general things that people do, but the combination is a little abnormal.
Okay. Gotcha. Uh, so we're going into part two. Uh, so this is about the idea of disenfranchised grief. So times where you are grieving someone or something that you feel like is dismissed or minimized or invalidated. So it's like you feel like you can't grieve, So an example would be like if for someone who grew up in a religious household, if someone they know commits suicide, then it'd be very difficult for that person to grieve because it feels like everyone around them is kind of saying like you can't grieve this person.
Hmm.
So have you ever felt like that, whether it be
I haven't
about like
felt it. Oh,
I was going
I
to say
haven't felt it. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
so this could even be like if you ever felt like you couldn't grieve, like literally like a fictional character losing a pet, anything, anything like that.
Um, I haven't felt like any kind of thing of just someone purposefully disenfranchising and just going, well, you can't, that kind of
Mhm,
thing. It's just I feel like in terms of the grief that I've gone through of just not finding someone that can like grieve with me
mhm,
in a specific like of just hey, this happened to me. I'm very upset about it. Um, do you have a sim like is there a similar thing that you had that we can connect with and stuff like that when it doesn't meet like I can't connect with anybody else about it like
yeah,
in terms of a similar story. So it's in terms of that is I think also why I tend to like grieve alone anyway is because there is no connection to be made. There is no like, well, I know you, I don't feel like full empathy for someone because I don't think like there's no one that can go up to me and go like, I know how you feel, you know?
yeah,
Or at least there definitely is, but no one that I've met in my life.
yeah. That's a reasonable answer. Uh, so, have you ever felt that you have judged someone else's grief, or you?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Mm.
I like in terms of judge thinking like that's wrong or like that's an improper way to grieve or just
Yeah,
like
like that person's like being overly dramatic, or like they're moving on to like they're moving on too quickly. They're not being dramatic enough. Mm.
mm,
If you say like you're at a funeral and there's someone who's just like seems perfectly fine, uh, have you ever been in a situation where you're just like that's weird?
no, I
No.
I think I've tended to like I've had situations where I've like looked on people that grieve far differently than me,
Mhm,
but I can understand like okay, this is how they're doing this.
mhm, gotcha. So, so do you believe then in that case that there is such a thing as a correct way to grieve?
Um, no, I think there are just like things that in terms of using coping mechanisms to grieve, there can be bad coping mechanisms, but
Mhm,
that's not in itself of like grieving. That is more of like you utilizing the coping mechanism. There's bad ways for that, which will be harmful to you, but
yeah.
otherwise, I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah. So that does. Thank you very much.